watching to say, is it working in immersive view? Otherwise, we can just switch back. How does that sound? Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. Cool. All right. So let's play the intro and go live. We haven't done it yet, have we? And in actual fact, we are live. So hello and welcome to the FBiz show. It's been a fun, fantastically full few weeks and month, but it's good to be back. Hello.
Absolutely great to be back. Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. Hope it has been a great week so far. As Chris has mentioned, it's been a roller coaster ride for most of us. But Chris is going to tell us a lot of his space, what's taking place there, I'm sure. Can't wait.
Yeah, so it's been a busy couple of weeks. Some of us have had COVID, some of us have been away, some of us have just had load shedding. It's been fun, but it's great to be back live on the show. Thank you for tuning in live. If you are there, drop a message in the chat. We'd love to do a shout out for you. And coming up on today's show, we are going to share some tips and trends on various different industries. And we're also chatting to, how was I going to put this? Fitness finance or finance fitness, or which came first, the fitness or the finance, on the FBiz show with Ritchie Nkana. So we'll be chatting to him live on the show later this morning. Yeah. And we've had a busy week. Wednesday night was another big one, global online speed networking. Hey. It was so much fun.
It was so much fun. I can't wait for the next one, Chris. On global online speed networking is an amazing opportunity just to get to know other people and to just realize that entrepreneurial journey is not alone. You don't have to do it alone. So yeah, it was an epic event indeed.
No, exactly. It was huge. And the next one is happening on the 23rd of June. So you don't want to miss out. You get to network with dynamic entrepreneurs around the world. We're all saving the global economy one small business at a time. And the link to register is down below. Don't miss out on that 23rd of June. And then 3 days before that, on the 20th of June, we're also doing something else cool.
What's that? I can't recall that, but I know on the 30th of June, we are doing the Explore Van event that is happening as well, which is...
Sorry, the next week, I don't know why in my head I just went 23. It's it's the 20. No, it's the 30th. The 30th.
You gave me a heart attack. I was like, what? No, that can't be. What am I missing?
Bad Chris. Okay, 30th of June, Explore Van. The last one I've heard from lots of people was a whole lot of fun. So yeah, you don't want to miss out. Virtual assistants around the world working together, build the industry, support each other, help each other's businesses grow, help each other, be there. Absolutely.
Don't miss out. It's absolutely awesome.
And the link is down below to register, so you can go and register. And, since we're speaking to a fitness guy a little bit later, I thought I'd go with the theme. Why was the farmer kicked out of the gym?
Why was the farmer kicked out of a gym? I don't know.
He was destroying his calves. Oopsie.
Oh
I got another one. What's a banana's favorite gymnastic move?
Bending.
The splits.
Okay, I got one. What is the shortest month of the year?
Shortest month of the year.
No. It's May, because it only has 3 letters.
Okay, let's get on to other things. Again, also, if you're streaming live, drop us a message. We'd love to hear from you and do a shout out. Hi, Lucia. Thanks for tuning in as well. Good to have you on the show with us. So, have you got some tips, trends, advice, great content for people? That's kind of why we're here.
That is why we're here and why we have people watching, So, yes, I do, Chris. Now, as you all know, I'm a virtual assistant, and it's just an amazing career path, I have to say. But, virtual assistants, I just want to share that they are quite dependable for long-term growth. The industry is definitely here to stay. So 64% of virtual assistants are confirmed working online full-time for their clients. How amazing is that? 64%. Cool. I think that's quite high. And 94% see being a virtual assistant as a permanent career path, like I've chosen that. And popular for offering project-based and part-time services, more and more virtual assistants are actually being hired by their clients on a full-time basis. And that is exciting. So if you're curious about growing your company with a virtual assistant, you can count on the larger percentage who see it as a permanent career path and stick it out to have actually more success and growth in your business, which is, I think it's pretty cool. The percentages are truly just increasing for virtual assistants, which is epic.
Yeah. It's a growing industry. I mean, that's the thing. Like you say, it's here to stay. It's not like a little, like 2-3 years ago where the trend was, like you say, it would be somebody doing a little bit here and a little bit there. This is like people's business now. This is what they do, and they specialize within virtual assistant space as well. They'll do specific things as well, and all of that. So it is really becoming like a fixture for people. And then you don't have to hire somebody and deal with all of that stuff. You know what I mean? As a full-time employee, you just contract them in, and Bob's your auntie or uncle or whatever you want to call it, or him.
Him, I was about to say him as well. Yeah, because you do get male VAs, which is another topic that we can discuss maybe next week. But the virtual industry, or the virtual assistant industry, has yet to peak in terms of growth. And you just mentioned that it's going to grow. Now, there are entrepreneurs who have more years of experience in outsourcing virtual assistants than others. Now, listen to this. 40% of business owners are open to delegating positions in leadership as well as management to virtual assistants. That is interesting. I know.
Serious?
It's a true story. No lie. So this is exciting because, you have virtual assistants that's got really high qualifications. They don't really want to just do admin or follow up on leads that was generated by someone. You actually want someone who's a little bit higher and can do those managerial work for you. And yet again, you are doing your company a favor because yet you're saving because you're only paying per hour. I mean, it's so amazing.
That is very cool. I would never have thought and see a company wanting to, or at least trusting and being open to delegating management and things like that, even to a virtual assistant. So maybe there's a new niche for some virtual assistants. Your virtual assistant manager.
Exactly. And I think it all comes down to building that relationship. Maybe you can start off as an admin person for that company as a VA and grow yourself into that management position because the trust is already there. So yeah, think about it. I think it's a great opportunity.
Wow. And then there's actually like a career growth path, because some people, when you're working with your clients, even if it is your business, you don't want to get stuck in sort of one place. You can grow within your client. Hey man, that's so cool. And as your clients grow, then you grow and then they grow. It sounds like all growing together with the virtual assistants, man.
No, right, it's so fantastic.
Wow. That's so
cool. That's all I've got for today, Chris. I thought that is something to just think about a bit, and maybe I can express more on it next week as well. But from your side, what have you got for us today?
Well, first of all, I have a question. Why do hamburgers go to the gym?
I don't know, Chris.
To get better buns. So on that note,
You're on a roll.
Long story short, and for many various different reasons that I want to get into right now, but I have shifted my business and my focus. So we're not going to be hearing about marketing trends that much. I'll still do a few here and there, and might pick up the metaverse series and all of those things because I like sharing those tips as well. But I've moved into the networking space and turned it into my business. I'm a professional networker, if you want to call it like that, and doing lots of different things. You want to find out more, book a coffee, details are down below. I'll tell you all about it. But I thought, what I've been doing for the last couple of weeks since I've changed my business is I've been attending a lot of different networking events across the world and various different places. So of course, Explore Protect being the main one that I go to, but then now I've just been going to like anyone who will invite me. It's quite funny because I go, hey, I heard about you, can I come? So that's a lot of fun. But so I really been thinking about it, and I thought, well, why not let's do some networking tips, because networking, like virtual assistants, is growing. And that's the thing. A year ago, if I'd done this venture, there wouldn't have been as many networks for me to go and visit, join, and interact with. And there's just so many around now, which is actually a good thing. It's a growing industry and lots of people are doing it. And it is a fantastic marketing channel. So networking, getting rid of those bad habits. Networking tips. The first and most important one is be authentically yourself. It doesn't matter if you're an introvert and you struggle to interact with people. There's actually, with my other tips, there's benefit in being a bit of an introvert. So I'll get to those now. But be authentically yourself. Even though, wait, we're going to do this. I must mirror this so I can get it right. Because anyway, it confuses me. But be authentically yourself. People will pick up very quickly, even if it's online, if you're not being a genuine person. And you're there to build trust and credibility. So if you're pretending to be somebody else, they'll pick it up very quickly. And then the most important one, relationships first, business later. You're going into, even if it's a virtual space, of a whole lot of business people around the world. And if you walk in straight away, sell, this is my business, bye. Promise you, like in real life, meeting people, they're going to run for the hills. So build a relationship first and take it from there, which flows into the next one, is ask questions. How can you work out and how do you know if you can help somebody or if they have a need for what you do? You don't ask them. So, rule of thumb, ask lots of questions, because then you make it about them and not about you. And then they're more open to interacting with you. People like that. And listen. So even if you are an introvert, here's your opportunity. You don't have to be like me, who jumps in enthusiastically and goes, blah, 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 and then I don't listen properly. You can sit there and listen very carefully to what people are saying. There's certain keywords, certain things that they'll be saying. So listen very, very carefully. And be discerning. And the reason why I say that is you can go into a networking meeting and there'll be 100 people there. And you're going to write down all their names and contact them on LinkedIn and try and have conversations with all of them and try. Rather just listen and focus and pick maybe from each meeting 3 to 5 people that really stand out, that are in line with you as a person that you connected with. It is virtual, but we've both seen you can connect with somebody online very easily and get to understand who they are. So my top tips are: be authentically you, relationship first, business later, ask questions, listen, and be discerning.
Oh, wow. Those are amazing tips, Chris. So amazing. And that's exactly how we met, right? We met at the Global Online Speed Networking event. We kind of liked each other in the sense of our values as business owners. And then, boom, here we are running our own show.
I know, right? And we like friends and things like that. I was like, yeah, this chick's kind of cool. We'll chat and do things. In actual fact, I think before we even started looking at working or doing business together, I think that was even like 5-6 months later, which is not a bad thing, because now if I recommend Janine to somebody, it's not because I think, we're in the same network and I must just do the referral. It means we've actually spent time building a relationship, getting to know each other and what we're all about. And then I could confidently say, hey, this is your BA. It rhymes. Hey, this is your BA. We could do a song. Hey, this is your BA. We should do it for the Explore Virtual Assistant Network. Kenton, we will be in touch soon.
Yes, I love that idea. Yes. Let's do it. You see, that's what happens now. You start something and then boom, a new idea, and then boom. This is great.
I know, right? This is how it works. And I'm loving the immersive view. It does work on YouTube, so that's good news. And awkwardly, we're coming towards the end of the show, and I think due to time zone differences, we don't have a Mr. Ritchie. But I can pad for a little bit longer if you want while you check in with him. It is confusing.
Think if you don't mind, Chris, if you can do that, I'm going to quickly check in. Thanks, man.
Not a problem. I used to do this for a career, so I've got this. But it's jokes aside, that's the other thing, I suppose, when it comes to networking, is getting your time zones right and getting your meetings, because there's always a time difference and it's so tricky to keep track of it. I use a converter online, which really helps with that. But also sometimes it just does happen when there's a time difference delay. And that's the other tricky thing is getting things for overseas. So here in South Africa, when I need to meet with somebody in the US or Canada, that's a late afternoon, evening. So sometimes my workday only starts at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, runs through until late into the evening. But again, it's that diary management and making it worth it. And if that's your target market, well, I suppose that's the sacrifices you need to make and to do that. So there you go. Also, by the way, just some other fun fact news. We were pushing for all those subscribers. Do you know what?
What? Tell me, Chris. Tell us.
So the last time we spoke, we were under 1,000 subscribers. And now we're over 1,500 subscribers. We are growing.
That is fantastic. It's once again the word growth, right? So awesome. So awesome. So thank you for every single subscriber on YouTube. We absolutely love you guys. Oh, can I quickly tell a joke? I know our guest just arrived, but can I tell a joke?
Yes.
Well, it's more, yeah, it's a joke question. Anyway, what do you call a bear with no teeth?
No tea or teeth?
Teeth.
No teeth.
No teeth.
Gummy bear?
Oh, stop it. You've probably seen or heard it before.
No, I worked it out. I'm so chuffed with myself.
$50 for you. $50 for you, Chris.
All right, the man of the hour is here. Our interview for today, Ritchie Nkana. Welcome to the show, my friend, and great to have you with us.
Thank you very much, Chris and Janine. Thanks. Great to be here.
So, Ritchie, we need to cover quite a few things because you're a busy man working on consultancy and that stuff. But your main stuff is fitness and finance and fitness. And which comes first, the fitness or the finance?
That's a very interesting question, actually. You know what? In the case of when it comes to fitness and finance, I think is key in a lot of ways because it sort of like puts food on the table, right? Pays for a shelter, clothes on our back and everything. But the key foundation is all about in the case of health and fitness. Because if we don't have that, then we pretty much remove the rag and our feet. I like this saying, once somebody said, a man with health, right, has but 1,000 dreams. And a man without health has but one dream. So I think we need to have that foundation first, then we can build up on that. So fitness is always the foundation. Even talk about with my clients, yes, in the case of coachings, on the coaching side of things, we start off with that. We need to start working with the operator. You can have all the tools. You can be the most productive person, like work on productivity, time management, all that kind of stuff. But if you don't work on the operator, if the operator is not functioning as they should, those tools can only go so far, right? So you can have all the equipment, all the cool gadgets, but it's about starting off with that foundation, which is the operator, and that's our bodies and our fitness.
Very true. Tell you what, having recently had COVID, it's a very good point like that, because then you're sick and you're man down, you can't work for 3 weeks at a time, and that definitely affects the finance. So best to so I'm getting like mixed up in things here, but in terms of, let's say, on your health and wellness side, on the fitness side, where does somebody start? Because I think once you, like, especially for entrepreneurs, you get to this stage and you're so busy working on your business and just trying to keep your head above water and working so hard, there's no time, there's no energy, there's no real chance. So where does somebody start?
That's a very good question. And that's, in my case, what I teach is something I experienced as an entrepreneur, as a parent, right? Struggling with time. And invariably when I speak to entrepreneurs and busy professionals, what they always tell me is they don't have the time, right? They know the benefits of exercise and fitness, but they just don't have the time. But what I tell them, it's not so much about the time, it's the knowledge, right? And that's what Body and Bank Vitality, I think that's how I came up with this, because I came from a consultancy background, but I struggled with this element. I tried different programs, and what was happening is most of these programs I was getting is maybe I needed an hour to work out, maybe 5 days a week, whatever it is, which is not practical for a parent like myself. I had two kids at that point. I had two businesses I was building up. So I was like, this is actually a big issue, right? Because if I'm struggling with this, there must be other parents and other professionals as well, or entrepreneurs trying to get into this space that want to extract those benefits of exercise and fitness, but just don't have the time to do it. So starting point is, again, it's just about knowledge. It's about having that recipe. Like most of the workouts we do, looking at it about 10 or 20 minutes. That's all you need 3 times a week. You can't achieve those benefits, right? It's just about that knowledge. So starting out, you can even start off as simply as a 20-minute walk 3 times a week. You need to build up slowly. You can't go from 0 to 100. And that's where people actually fall off a little bit at that point, because you can get that overwhelmed. So it's about starting up slowly and gradually build up. And it's like anything. You work a muscle, it kind of builds up. You get stronger, you build up. And yeah, but the thing is, it is essential, right? It's not so much about time. Anybody can dedicate half an hour to an hour a week, right? In the case of workout, it's just more about putting value to what is exercise important to you, right? Again, it's more about priorities. I have this thing, look about New Year resolution. I call it New Year resolutionism, right? When you start off like the year, gyms are normally oversubscribed, full up. Then 3 months down the line, what happens? People sort of like drop off. Does it mean that those people that signed up at the beginning of the year don't want to get in shape and don't want to exercise anymore? I don't think so. It's more just about priorities. Life takes over, especially when we get in our 30s. We have more commitments, be it with family, be it work related. And you find that exercise and fitness just goes on the wayside. So it's just about now adjusting. How do you adapt to that new environment, to those new conditions, so you can still extract those benefits, right, without sacrificing your health and fitness.
But surely it can't be as simple as 3 times a week, 10 to 20 minutes. Like, yeah, it should be all the time. But that's a great idea. Got to start somewhere.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You don't need an hour. You don't need hours in the gym to get the benefits of a good workout. It's just about the knowledge, having the right recipe, right? Just like baking a cake, right? You might have the best ingredients, right? But if you don't put them in the right place, in the right way, you just mix them up and throw them in an oven, you're not likely to get a good cake. So it's about how do you maximize the time that you have to extract those benefits?
Powerful stuff, hey? But baby steps, and you will walk eventually, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Just starting off slowly, then building up on that.
Now, Richie, tell me quickly, why is exercise necessary for how we show up as entrepreneurs?
Yeah, that is very, very important, because in my case, I experienced it firsthand. I thought initially it was just sort of like a coincidence, but I found as I got healthier and my fitness levels got better, so did my income, right? And I've actually done a book on that, which should be launching pretty soon, Body and Bank Connection. Right?
Give us a link and then we'll put it in here and tell everybody.
Absolutely. So it should be launching pretty soon. It just brings about that correlation in the case of, for this purpose, this book looks at finances and in the case of body, how you can translate those same principles, right, or pillars in transforming your body to how you can transform your finances or as an entrepreneur. But then that can also, it's not just about your bank as bank account in the literal sense. It could also be a metaphor, like in the case of your passion, right? It's not just have to be money, but as I mentioned earlier, exercise is a foundation to that. So those are study that was done quite recently on exercise, on BDNF. BDNF is a factor that is a brain factor, which activates the case of the growth of brain cells. And it was found that exercise, right? Exercise actually is a key component in actually driving that factor. So we can actually pretty much grow brain cells, whatever the age, right? New brain cells through exercise actually helps in doing that. Now, why am I saying that as an entrepreneur, as a busy professional? The issue we have is that we normally look at exercise as something that is more to do with aesthetics, maybe our bodies, how we look and everything. But the key elements that are normally overlooked, things like mental health, our cognitive function, right? So like we talk about BDNF right there. As an entrepreneur, you show up, you can only show up so much. But just imagine if, say, you put in that exercise, right? And you have all those great stuff that comes with it. There's all great stuff that comes with it, endorphins, serotonin, release when you exercise. So those are kind of key neurotransmitters that are essential for us performing at our peak. So for us to perform at our peak levels, right, exercise is essential. It's not something that is optional, but it should be an essential component for us to show up on a daily basis for families, for employers, for our clients, for whoever it might be, right?
So like if I understand correctly, what I'm hearing is your body's like an asset. And an asset is something you use to generate income. So you treat it and look after it. So as a result, it'll generate more income for you. But on the other side, you've got to manage your finances so it doesn't put extra strain on you that prevents you from looking after yourself and your body and your well-being. So it's almost like a connected loop that you're working with there.
Absolutely. Connected loop, actually, in the case when we look at finances and money is just but a tool, right? So focus on money so you can put it aside, right? The reason why we look at money is so people worry about money. So we worry about money and we want to create that freedom. So we want to get money out the way so you can follow your passion, right? So you can do stuff that you enjoy without that worry. And when your body is operating, when you're operating at the level you're supposed to be operating, you're at peak. What translates? I want to just ask this question: what drives our income levels or our compensation? It's the value we bring to the marketplace, right? It's based on the value. And if we are healthy, we're showing up on a daily basis, we're at our peak. That is more about value bring to the marketplace as well. It just translates into that. So then as we work on that, that would then sort of like translation to other tools, like say money is just but one tool, our productivity, right? Our energy levels. Those are all the tools that we need to operate at optimum. So that's the whole reason why the body is a foundation and you have all those tools, like money is just but a tool. You get out money out the way. If money's not an issue, you find people who actually go like, what can I actually do that I love doing?
Yeah.
My passion, right?
So true. And it's, we have to take care of our bodies because it's the only place we live in, right?
Absolutely.
So Ritchie, I need to ask you, can you give us one fitness tip and perhaps one finance tip before we wrap the show?
Right. One fitness tip is, I think, start off with whatever the case in the case of nutrition. I think for the most part is the food we eat, we have in our bodies. Exercise is key, yes, but it works in tandem with our nutrition. I think nutrition is, if anything, is 80%, be with weight loss or fat loss. Most of the stuff we take in our bodies is actually what causes things like inflammation and stuff like that. So it's about taking care of that. Being conscious of our nutrition. Finances, if there's one thing you can take away is paying yourself first. I think that's something that I learned, I wish I had known much earlier, paying yourself first, whatever the case. And to remove friction, right, from doing that is the key it's about creating that conducive environment so you can do that. It's automating that So yeah, you pay yourself first. Whatever money comes in, you pay yourself first for your future self, because your future self is going to thank you for that. And that's what I teach kids as well, and young people. And this is stuff we're not taught in schools, right? That's a problem. I went through business school. Our child accountant is more biased towards corporate. So
it's scary how we don't learn these things in school that are so important for life. But I think we have to, unfortunately, wrap for the show for today. But to start getting there is Ritchie's your man when it comes to looking after your body, your fitness, and your health and your finance. He's got the recipe and the directions on how to do it, and will help you through the process as your coach on your fitness and finance. His contact details are down below. Reach out, say how's it. If you would like to find out more about Explore ProTech and the awesome tribe of people that we are, hey, give us a shout. I will happily take you through the process. And that's it for the show for this week. Can you believe? Gone by so fast. And I missed you, Janine. We haven't been on for so long. I just want to do the show and you're back.
But no, wait, next week, all right? But okay, once again, right. Ritchie, thank you so much for being part of the show. It was absolutely awesome to hear about your business. And the links are below to connect with everybody. And yeah, this is it. See you next week, Friday.